Hello friends. So before we continue with this review video, hi, this is Christopher Arca from the City of God Ministry. And today you are watching our Bible review program. And so before we proceed in doing this review, let me give you the story behind this care package from Holman. I think it was a month or so when Mr. John Watts from Holman and I were conversing through email. He told me that the publishing house, Holman, will be sending out soon a care package for all their Bible reviewers. And they sent me an option which ones I would like to have. So I told him that I like the CSB Notetaking, this one, and there is also another one that they sent me. It is the 30 days series, the 30 days devotional series. And just a few days ago, UPS came with this package. Okay, so before we dive in, don't forget to click on that like button, type in a comment, and subscribe to our channel. Click that bell icon so that you will receive in real time notifications whenever we upload new videos. And do support our channel, share our channel to everyone, to your friends, and post a comment that you like what the contents that we do here. Okay, so the Bible that we will be reviewing for tonight will be this CSB Note-Taking Bible in the Expanded Reference Edition. And the cover edition that they sent me is this one, the cream Suedesoft Leathertouch. This Bible actually came with this very thick slipcase. It has a nice design to it. Here it is, on the side, CSB Note-Taking, Expanded Reference Edition, Holman. And at the back, if you'd like to read, you could just pause this video. And here is the ISBN number. Okay, so moving along. Mind you that the smell of this suede Leathertouch, sorry about that, it smells just as good. And also the color is very cool and relaxing to the eyes. There's an attractive floral design with gold accents. Let me show you the gold accents. Perimeter stitching at all sides. And this is Smith sewn, to tell you frankly. And here you have the details on the spine. There are no spine hubs here. They're all just designs. And Holman at the bottom. There are no raised spine hubs here, but hey, it's the simplicity of this Bible is very attractive. This Bible is nicely done, and let me tell you that the texture of this cover, the feel of the suede, it's very nice. Actually, I could tell you that I extremely like everything about this Bible. Okay, so if we compare the size of this specific Bible with the original goatskin verse by verse, sorry, I just didn't intend to bring it out anymore here, but I think if you have your verse by verse, you'd notice that there is a small difference. Because this note-taking Bible is thicker and wider than the verse by verse. If we take out the cover design, I'd say both have the same length. This has of course the binding is Smith sewn, meaning this is built to last. The gold gilding, as you can see, it's very simple but nicely done. It's shiny, and we have two ribbon markers, gold and silver. The color complements each other. And if we actually measure the size of the block, I mean, the width is 7¼ inches. The length, it's 9 inches. And the thickness, an estimate of 1½. And again, as we open this Bible, as you can see, it has a paste down liner construction. This cardstock is thick. It has this both in the front and at the back. We have the presentation page. Actually, let me show you the details. I received this last 17th of September. Sorry, it took me a long while in making this review. We just had a very strict schedule here in the ministry. So we have the title page. Here we have the copyright page. As you can see the details here, this Bible uses the 2020 text edition. And take a look, there are 3 more cover options actually, and this one is printed in China. We also have our table of contents. And for anyone who's not new with the CSB translation, we have the introduction here. For any newbies, reading the introduction is a must. So you'll get into the details about the CSB translation. There's the commonly used abbreviations here in the CSB. And here we are right into the text here in the Old Testament. Now, to those who are already familiar with the original verse-by-verse edition, so we have exactly the same layout except the details on the margin. But the layout, the pagination, it's all the same. I mean, it's in the verse-by-verse, except also in the original verse-by-verse we have red accents. But here, we don't have any accents like that. Usually, in the original verse-by-verse, the verse numbers are in red, and also let us take a closer look, and also about the title of the book. The book details, the page details here. And also at the bottom, there are no red accents. But nonetheless, it's the layout here is very, very attractive. And every book here starts with its own page, as usual, like the verse by verse. And the reason why we have a very wide Bible here is because of its unique feature. And what is that feature? We have a wide space. We have wide spaces here because since this is a note-taking Bible. The margins here allows you to write a lot of notes if you're into writing into your Bibles. For the outer margin, we have a little more than 2 inches, and at the top it's a little under 1½ inch. For me, they could have added more space for the inner margin here, since what we have here is a 2-column text in a verse-by-verse format. Maybe next time they would add space here for the inner margins. So still, the page layout is very neat. For me, this is fine. And the font size, it's very readable. The font size very readable, and also you won't have any trouble looking at the notes, because like the other CSB versions, the notes are still readable. Okay, so we have cross references at the bottom right, and our translator's footnotes at the bottom part of the page. And like the original goatskin verse by verse, there are no book introductions. Actually, the font size here is advertised as a 9-point font size, fairly readable, enough space in between text. And what I love about this layout, it's not cluttered. There is a certain amount of breathing space here, making the text very readable. That's one thing that I like about this Bible. Besides the space for the margins, if you want to write, there is a certain percentage about this page layout that makes the text very readable. And like Holman, I like how they actually organize their layout. I'm not just sure about the GSM of the paper, but I think this is good enough for me. There's a minimal ghosting. The way I see it, this is perfectly line matched. Again, I will not be reviewing the translation itself because I already did that with the original goatskin verse by verse. One thing I noticed here, the paper actually feels it has a little bit of a coating. The way I see it, it seems to be a really good writing paper. I am surprised this has the exact page layout. This has the exact page layout, pagination and layout with the original verse by verse. I think this is an excellent tool for study and sermon preparation because we do have a lot of space here to write on, notes or outlines that you could that you write whenever you do your preparations. And let us move on to the book of Psalms so that I could show you the poetry section of the Bible. As you can see, we are here in Psalms. There's not much of a difference because this is a verse by verse format. Now let us move to the New Testament. Here in the New Testament, actually the words of Christ are in red, and like the original verse by verse, any references to the Old Testament, it is written in bold. One thing that reminded me is that I feel that it's like the CSB Pastor's Bible in the handcrafted collection, except that this one has a wider line margin, while the Pastor's edition has the Pastor's help. Because in the Pastor's edition, also there are no red accents, and the words of Christ are also in black. And right after the book of Revelations, here we have the daily Bible reading plan. And we also have the CSB Concordance. And then we have the Holman maps. This is one of the best maps that I really consider really good because they're printed well. The details, the color, the quality of the map, it's extremely for me it's very scholarly. I mean, the details, down to the details and everything, they actually outdid themselves in doing the map. It's almost like an almanac. And one thing that I observed, if I may, their maps look and feel somewhat like an antique effect. The visual is very vintage-like, and there's a certain sense of appeal because it's because of the color of the material. It is no secret to everyone here that the CSB is one of my favorite translation. When I was introduced in the Bible review world and started making reviews since 2021, Holman was actually the very first publisher that I started reviewing Bibles from. Since then, I started using this translation. I read through the CSB more than a couple of times already, and it is true that the CSB strikes the balance between readability or consistency with the original languages and its reliability. reliability or consistency, and also its readability. There is a balance between the two. So I juggle between the CSB, the ESV, and the LSB whenever I preach. Each has their own schedule, actually. So what I love about this note-taking Bible is its usefulness in writing notes, plus the suede-like leather. I like to touch it all the time. My opinion? This note-taking edition is definitely up for showcase. Why? Because the attractiveness level is up there. A definite tool for sermon preparation, and I highly recommend this Bible for anyone who wants to have a classy look and at the same time perfect for taking down notes. An excellent work for Holman Publishing. Keep calm, Jesus on, keep safe, and God bless.